Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm going to take a look at the DC Comics Multiverse 0-Year Batman. Now, I know this isn't a Star Wars figure, and I know a lot of you have come to expect Star Wars reviews from me, but there's a little lull right now. There's some time before the next figures come out, and like most people, my eye starts to wander. This Batman caught my eye. It was in stock on Amazon. I thought, I like that design. Go for it. To hell with it. I bought it. Even though I've pulled most of my DC collection down, they went into tubs, Star Wars took over that shelf, I do still have a small display, so he may go there if he's cool. I haven't opened him yet. The packaging, it's what we're seeing now with the current Multiverse line. At Walmart, I've seen, well, Walmart and several other places, I've seen Arrow and Joker and Flash. Now, I haven't picked up any of the first series. For reasons I can't explain, I have no interest in building the Justice Buster. So, for now, I've just bought the Batman. Now, in the package, what I'm afraid of when I get it open is the crotch is going to be just overwhelming. And I know that's weird to say out loud. There's no detail there. It just draws your eye to his crotch. Another thing that drew me to this figure, we have a ton of DC Universe classics, all with the same kind of hip setup. This is different from Mattel. It's kind of a, it's almost a Legends type thing, except like I said, the crotch is a bit big, but maybe there's a learning curve there. So I was interested. I want to check that out too. So I'm going to get this guy open and see how much I like him. And there you go, out of the package. And you know what? I dig the sculpt here. Having a lot of DC Universe classics, I do believe that this whole thing is a new sculpt. Now, never having read Batman 0 Year, I don't know how accurate the sculpt actually is, but I do like it. I mean, it's a change from what we're used to seeing with Batman figures. On top of that, the paint, pretty clean. It's pretty much just black and gray and with some yellow and purple, and then the flesh tone on the face. But there's not a lot of bleeding to what little paint there is. I like it. There's no shading, but what can you do? It's Mattel. Now, what I think I like the most here, again, comparing it to classics, is the head size. They didn't shrink it down to make Batman seem more buffed out on the same size body as they always use. Superhero proportions, action figure proportions. And it may look odd at first, but I do think this is a more naturally proportioned head. It makes this Batman figure seem more human, more natural, more down to earth. This Batman does come with one accessory, and it's in the holster. I didn't even know it came out of the holster, but he does come with a gun of some kind. I don't know if this is a gun or if it shoots rope or whatever little Batman gadget it does. But at the same time, it does look good. It fits in the holster, but it is flat. There's not really any substance to it, and it's a flimsy plastic. It just kind of rubbery. Yes, he has the open hand to hold it, but look at the handle compared to the hole in the hand. You pull the hand open really far, and you just kind of squeeze it in there. And yeah, it looks okay, but I feel after a while just the strength of the hand closing back up is going to fold the handle of the gun over. But like I said, it looks okay in the holster. It'll probably stay right there. Getting to articulation, there is articulation, but a lot of it's hindered, so not great on the action front. The head is pretty much a swivel. You can't get a lot of up and down, and even if you can, it doesn't stay there. So I haven't tried to pop this off to see what's under there. I'm assuming it's a dumbbell joint, but yeah, pretty much side to side. Shoulders are on a hinge and swivel. They come out about that far and then swivel all the way around. Got a bicep swivel. Got a single elbow, and it comes up not quite 90. And the elbow, it acts like it wants to turn, like it's on a swivel, but it doesn't rotate very far. Now, for another joint that we're not used to seeing on Mattel bodies, there's a hinge and swivel at the wrist. So it hinges, then it swivels. There's an ab crunch. It goes back pretty good. Forward, about there. There's a swivel at the waist. The belt is a separate piece here, so you can rotate it. When I got it out of the package, it was off center, but you can get a little rotation out of it, centered up a little bit. And that is a fairly soft rubbery material, which helps out for the hinge and swivel hips. You can swing forward, and the belt moves out of the way right there. Back. The butt sculpt gets in the way, so it goes back about that far. Out because of the new hinges, you can go pretty much all the way. The hips are pinned 90, they go straight in, so it's a smooth forward. There's a thigh swivel down low, almost above the knee, which we're used to with classics. Single knee, but it does go back a little bit past 90. So not too shabby for a single jointed knee. There is a hinge at the ankle. It doesn't go forward very much. I guess they wanted to keep the sculpt of the laces intact, but it does go back pretty good. And then, unfortunately, no kind of rocker. So, overall, the whole figure is very limited. You can't get it into a lot of action poses. Rotating around to the cape has a split up the middle. Again, I don't know if this is accurate to the actual story. What I kind of like about it is this, straight out of the package, I don't know if it's meant to be like this, but mine, straight out of the package, the right side comes around and kind of swoops forward. Kind of follows his arm. I like that. The left swoops out. I was afraid it was going to just be a flat piece and just stick like this, but it's a little bit dynamic. It's got the folds in it. Now here he is, and speaking of capes, here's the crappy one on the DC Universe Classics first appearance Batman. I don't remember exactly what this Batman's called, but this is the one I keep with my Nickelodeon Turtles. It just kind of fits that aesthetic. But here you can definitely see the difference in head sizes. The 0 Year Batman just looks more natural. Here's another Batman I keep out just for the hell of it, Brave and the Bold Batman. I brought this out because this is one of the bigger Classics bodies. You can see 0 Year Batman is a little bit taller, and here he is with the new Captain America Legends Captain America, who is on the Reaper body, a little bit bigger than most of the Captain Americas we've seen. The new Batman is bigger than him. At the end of the day, I do like this figure, and I feel like saying that goes against everything I hold true about my love of action figures. This figure does have most of the articulation, but most of it's hindered. You can't really get him into dynamic poses. He's not going to be leaping on the shelf or running across it. But at the same time, he just looks badass standing there. This Batman, at least visually, hits on all cylinders for me. Just the proportions, the aesthetic, the ribbing, the extra detail, the boots. I love the boots. And even talking about the crotch at first, the more I've messed with them, the less I notice it. Yes, when I talk about it, when I look at it, it's there. But I also start looking at other parts of the figure. Now, I know DC Collectibles has their own version of this figure, and in fact, it has double knees. But the one thing that sticks out to me, being a paint kind of guy, Mattel actually painted the eyelets on the boots. Yeah, they're not sculpted as actual eyelets, but just having that silver there is a detail that I dig. I appreciate that. I'm not quite sure what the distribution on Series 2 of Multiverse is going to be like. Series 1, all over the place. I've seen it Target, Walmart, Toys R Us. It's everywhere. But if you're articulation junkie, I'd almost say pass on this. Try for the DCC. Maybe it has better articulation. But if you just want a cool 0 Year Batman for the shelf, just standing there, just minding his own business, overlooking all your other heroes and just kind of looking just, yeah, I'm Batman, whatever. Get this one. It'll fill that spot perfectly fine. I like it. It's going on my shelf. What can I say? So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. Right off the bat, let me get this out of the way. These fists, there's something weird going on with them. I don't know if the fingers are a little short or what's going on there, but it's almost like he's doing this. I don't know if that's a running pose. I'm no runner. Yeah, I definitely don't run.